Hello everybody, Zeff here with ZeffsTrading. Hope you guys are doing well today, May 1st, 2024. Quite a few trades today, a lot of news events, so a lot to go over. Some pretty good trades as well today. It took me 6 hours before I actually took my first trade, so I was very patient for today. But nonetheless, patience pays off, so got that. Yeah, that was a nice win. But before this, got here around basically the news event at 10 o'clock, but let's jump into it. This is a trading range in the beginning of the day, and pre-market you have a nice move up, break new high. I don't see anything in here that I really liked. You do get a first entry, second entry short failure, but this definitely traps traders here for sure with this failed second entry short. But I don't really like trading the pre-market too often, and I wasn't here anyways. So nonetheless, market opens 9:30, comes down, and you can see we get a first entry, pulls back. Second entry long failure right at the key entry point below the EMA. What we want to see, price above, then below, traps the bulls. In this case, nice 6-tick bar here. So very low risk bar, nice bar, good signal bar, 1, 2, 3 matching tops as well. Just love this setup here. Anyway, sells off here. The news event comes. You got to stay flat basically. 5 minutes, 10 minutes before, 5 minutes after. But you do get some congestion across the board, obviously, in the news event. Wick up, wick down. Then you find support into this trading range. You do get a first entry, second entry short. And the only reason I even marked this second entry short is because this is only 6 ticks on the bar, and it is an aggressive trade. But you understand that this is a trading range, even without the hindsight here. Highs, lows, and 6 ticks, take those. Those are good. You just gotta make sure that you're fast with it because a lot of the times it ticks through and then sells off pretty quick. So you just gotta be careful and be fast with it. But nonetheless, yeah, you get a trading range going on here, and then it just kind of gets super congested across the board. You kind of get this weird flag formation. This is basically a first entry, second entry short failure. The only thing with this second entry short is your stop is way away, which is a problem, and this bar slams back down. You would have to have been really fast with a limit order. It literally ticked and flashed down. So, but the context-wise, as this is a failed breakout, you do get a first entry, second entry short failure after that, and then you kind of realize what's happening here. Then you get this really nice upward channel kind of starts, and you get a 1, 2, 3 triple test right off 1, 2, 3, 4 key entry points. You have the trend channel, you have the 21 EMA, you have the previous day's low, and then you have support basically. Anyways, this makes a little move up back to our resistance across the board at 50.60. You get a first entry, second entry long. It's a bullish bar, never ticked higher. It basically just traps all the bulls and slams down. You get a nice two-legged move down, and then again just tries to chop up higher, and then you can start getting this repeat pattern of move down, up, move down, up, then it channels. Prices, not respecting the EMA all that much. It's going above it, below it, so there's really nothing too much to get in here, but you do get a first entry, second entry long in a failure, and it goes back down to the low here. It actually gets really close to it. You get this outside bar who basically traps some traders and then sells back off to the bottom of the range here. This is, I think this was a pretty low risk bar as well. Yeah, this was only 2 points. Most of the day was about 10 tick bars, 9 tick bars, and I like the context here. Definitely drop a limit order though, and since it's respecting the EMA so much, and how price is closing below it, that's why I really like this failed second entry long. And this is a very tight bear channel. Anyways, you get to move back down to the lows here, and you get a first entry, second entry short, and this is tempting to take, but you're literally right before FOMC, so you can't take anything. And then, of course, you also get a first entry, second entry long, higher low, but you can't take any of these. This is all FOMC, and you can see just how crazy it gets, and yeah. But after FOMC and price starts to cool back down, you get a move up, get a move down. These are just one-legged moves basically. down, up, down, up. You kind of get this, it kind of just marked this trend channel here as I saw it. But you do get a nice first entry, pulls back, second entry short, great signal bar, and a 1, 2, 3 triple test. If you saw this, you understand that these are one-legged moves happening, and a price back down to the channel here is expected. That's a good second entry short. Price was moving very, very fast, and also ATR was huge, almost a 4-point bar. Got to be fast with it. Then we start this nice big bullish channel that just goes all the way up. And as this is continuing up here, I'm looking for a break right below the EMA, and you get it, but barely. You get a first entry, second entry long. It's congested. I saw this real time. I was skeptical on taking it. I didn't like it. I think 1, 2, 3, 4 bars straight across like that is too much of a trap, and I just couldn't do it. I was waiting for a higher low, but I never got it. So that's okay. Can't take them all. Then I see the break. I see the new high, and I expect the pullback here. I was hoping for some type of lower high. Never comes. You just get this basically bear flag setup. I bet this setup right here is awesome on the NASDAQ. So mark the high here. Comes back down. Gets below the low here just a second. Then you get a move up. And then this is where I take my trade. See this move up. I see the measured move down. So I'm expecting the trend to continue as well. I also see this as basically a spike in channel for a while. But what I really see here is this move first entry, second entry long. And it's also a double high probability setup because it's a first entry, second entry short failure. Took that trade, 10 ticks on that one, and got a pretty decent runner. I think it was like up to here. Anyways, we come back down. Don't get really much else here. If you do reset the count, that would be a first entry, second entry short failure again. You do get a higher low, which I'm just now seeing here. Actually, this is also a first entry, second entry long. Do you have enough room to the highs, though? That's the question. You do have enough room, but just barely. As you can see, it goes up. This is definitely... this is a great signal bar. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this is a good setup right here. I didn't even see this. So yeah, you get a first entry, second entry long. And I also see 1, 2, and 3. So I kind of see support across the board here. It's a little congested though, so maybe you got to be a little careful with it. Something like that. Just make sure you have enough room to the highs. Anyways, get a move up. First entry, second entry long again. Then you do get a 1, 2, 3, which I'm seeing. This is all super tempting, but with this big bearish bar, you don't know what's going to happen. Also, with this breaking new high, I was pretty skeptical on once it got up to here to take anything else, but it kind of chucks along its way back up. Breaks out of this little trading range here, goes up. Again, congestion, and slams all the way back down. Let's see if we get another measured move here. Nice measured move back 2 legs to the back of this trend channel. And then just chop sideways for a bit. You get a first entry, second entry short. No good signal bar. Very congested. It just gets very overlapping, as you can see. It does get a first entry, second entry long failure. Oh, actually, by the count, I'm sorry. You get a first entry, second entry long failure. Then you get a lower high. If you know what you're doing, I don't think you cannot not take this. You clearly get a first entry, second entry long. It fails. Then you get a first entry, second entry short. This is actually pretty great to see. You really got to know what you're doing, though. I did see this real time. I just didn't like the count because the count's first entry, second entry long failure. Your stop is above here and it never got here. And then you got a lower high. I think if you got a better signal bar, I don't like that this is a doji bar. If this was a better signal bar, I definitely think you could take that. And then you're kind of seeing how it's just getting weaker and weaker into this trend channel, and your risk isn't that much because it'd be up here, and then you realize price would probably go back up. So, if you know what you're doing, maybe you take that, but I'm not even going to mark it. That's just pure price action discovery right there and knowing what you're doing. Anyways, we get a move down here, get a move up, and then, I walked away. I was done after this. I sat here for way too long for today. But we'll go over some of these. You do get a really nice move down, break, beautiful first entry, and I don't know if this ticked higher or lower first. no matter what, even if you got stopped out, I would re-enter this on this outside bar. High is 8,775. Yeah, it ticked high once. I'm just not sure if it went higher or lower first. But nonetheless, I'd re-enter. First entry, second entry short. After you're looking after the first break, new low. Doesn't get any better than that. This leads to a huge runner. Yeah, huge runner there. Anyways, it comes down. Just got a first entry. It kind of establishes a very small trading range, but then you do get a nice first entry, pulls back, second entry short, right at the resistance across the board here. As you can see, basically 1, 2, and 3 touches just to establish resistance. Then you do get this lower high, but if this ticked higher for you, one tick higher than lower, then maybe you could take it. But nonetheless, this first entry, second entry short's great. How big is this bar here? Yeah, this is a pretty big bar. Price action started to get really crazy with the ATR. Nonetheless, anyways, breaks this little trading range and sells off. And this is at the end of the day. I mean, you have only 10 minutes left, so these are very aggressive setups here. So let me mark them black. My apologies. I think this one's fine. This second entry short's pretty textbook, but this second entry short at the end of the day, you got to be very careful of. But I just wanted to mark it to keep learning. Anyways, that's how I saw the market for today, and it looks like we went up and sold right back off into this nice little trading range we had in the morning. Anyways, we'll see how tomorrow comes. Not too bad of trading today. Some pretty decent setups. Had to be very patient, but hopefully you guys did well today. And see you guys tomorrow. Thanks.